it. Well,
That's a lot.
I did some little nasty shit this week, but I do nasty shit every week, so that ain't nothing.
Why are you so nasty?
I'm a Scorpio. Y'all know Scorpio. So November the 5th, any of you little bitty bitches and whores want to give me an early gift, I'll take shit. When it's Libra season too. No, we don't take no STDs, none of that shit. But all the good shit, bring it to Big Zappy.
Hey, I got a question before we start. All y'all got kids, right?
Yes.
I want to know, what was your biggest mistake as a parent?
Woo!
Who you want to ask?
Oh boy, you gotta clarify that a little more.
You want?
Because this could go like way
Yeah, this
back.
could go
There's
Real
only
way.
one thing that sticks out your
I
head.
don't want to
feel
be
like...
an asshole, but
Bitches
did
that I
anybody
pick.
plan? Anybody plan?
Mine wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah, mine
Me
definitely
either.
wasn't. Yeah, mine wasn't planned either.
Wait.
My second one was.
So, Goldie, you're saying your biggest mistake was having a child?
What I'm saying
Kinda?
is that was the mistake, but we made a parade out of it. You know, we're having fun.
Did you go in debt?
Yes.
What do you mean? Yes. It's like having a broke ass
Little best
buddy.
friend, yeah.
That's her.
Yeah.
Your roommate. Like, this motherfucker get on paper. Shit.
Well,
What was your biggest mistake as a parent, Stu?
my biggest mistake was the bitches that I picked. I was young, dumb, and full of cum.
Oh,
So
God.
I was wilding out.
Oh God.
Shit got real. They good now, kinda. But I'm the, you feel me? I'm the shit, so I make up for all the shit that they fuck up on. You hear me?
Financially or mentally?
All of it. You hear me? Because I'm all the way there. I'm the total package. Like if it's get me, it's
They
like
came up.
they want to come up.
Yeah, so what you
Grammy.
saying?
This is a Grammy.
This a come up right here.
This nigga just said he's
This that
Powerball.
This that come up beat right here. You hear me?
Oh my
So you the
God.
Powerball.
I'm the Powerball.
Oh boy.
Stewie, aka the Powerball.
I like that.
You like that? You can have that.
So you
Okay.
mean to tell me
Good luck.
I stood in line to get these tickets and I could have just cashed your ass in?
Yep. Basically.
Listen,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
keep
boy.
shit on the low. This the first time I'm.
So you
putting
right
it
there,
out
the man said, "Let me scoot." She
Uh-oh.
said that. You was supposed to say, "Look at me." That's all you had to say.
She looked at
it
me
went
when she
over.
said
It
it.
went over his head.
Nah,
Yeah,
she
he is
was
short, but
she-
still, don't talk about people. Don't talk about people. No worries.
My pockets is long. You hear me?
We didn't say long or short. We said tall.
Long mean tall. Fuck it.
Said you vertically challenged.
You short too, nigga.
Taller than you. How about
So
you,
what?
Jay? What was the biggest mistake you made as a parent?
Laying in that bed.
Man.
She said missionary.
It was probably boring too. How was
Man. It was on like some quick fast and in a hurry.
it? Are you
Like,
serious?
seriously.
What?
Because we were in my parents' house.
I can't speak. I can't speak
Yeah.
on that.
We were,
Like, I
we were
had
in my parents'
fun. I
house.
remember it was fun. Like we was listening to Lil Jon.
Lil Jon,
Oh,
wow.
yeah.
Yes.
She was out here getting
Right.
her cheeks clapped.
Slapping to them.
B.I.D.
So I don't want to say really what my biggest mistake was because then I would look like the bitter baby mama. But
You're not a bitter baby's mom.
like, I don't want to come off like that because, you know, there's a lot of people that don't know what has really like transpired in the past like couple of years. So I don't want to, you know, he gets dragged daily. Let's just say that.
Damn.
Let's just say that. He gets dragged for Phil
Somebody got to
daily.
I got some whack ass motherfucking parenting tips for you people that's listening.
Just watch
I
me.
told him not.
But-
What I told him
That's
is,
what that was that's why I brought that question up, because I wanted people that's beginning to be parents like my little sister.
I didn't use a condom. That's what the problem was. That was my biggest mistake. I didn't use a
That was
condom.
everybody.
But you wasn't married yet.
Okay, so on a serious note, because you guys know that Danica is going into adulthood, the biggest mistake that I think that I probably made was
spoiling.
Being overprotective.
it's not even that, but sometimes treating her like she's not a teenager but more like a little kid.
Right.
I think that's probably like the biggest mistake. But I'm working on it though. It's just like it's hard because she's so mature. It's hard to see her as like this young adult, it's really hard to see her like that. And then I just want to be like, no, you're like still 4.
Right.
Do you feel like the term or the cliche, the streets raised a person or a kid, is from parents being overprotective or not treating their kid as such? Like how you said, I treated her as a kid, basically.
Right? Yeah.
But she goes out in school, they're treating her like a young adult.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do you feel like that's where that cliche came from?
No, I know exactly.
No. I don't think so. I don't think so, no.
So I'm basically saying,
okay.
You see what I'm saying?
That term came from the 70s and 80s.
What, streets raise a person?
Listen, it was, people have always probably been saying it, but like that, when I think about that, I think about a lot of people who had fathers that were on crack, had moms was on crack. Yeah. Like you didn't have a choice. You had to get out there and do what you had to do.
But if you're not being respected at home, you know what I'm saying? And I know it feels funny for y'all as parents. Like, do you have to respect your child?
Oh,
absolutely.
Definitely.
Absolutely.
That don't mean you don't beat their ass, but yeah,
I'm saying, like, if their doors,
you can't even do that no according to society.
No, I knock on.
Wait, we got somebody disagree with you.
You not.
You not?
I do.
You not?
We just open the door like
in your house where you pay the bill. Oh, you a fool.
You
a goddamn. You hear what? Listen, I'm not knocking on. Listen, we don't have. My kids ain't having no goddamn locked phones. None of that shit. I need to have access to everything.
Like I have the codes to her phone and stuff like that.
You need to have a code to walk up in that goddamn door.
It's like
you got the same thing she got. You
hold on. Well, no, because this is the thing. I can't hold her to a particular standard if I don't, like, and vice versa. Like, so because I want her to knock before just barging in my room.
Right. You gotta have a lock on your door. You run. I got a lock on my door.
Because I got 2 daughters, so that's always, and they're 2.5 years apart. So I already know coming up in a few years, as I get her 7 to 9 now. So I already know I'm gonna be like, ain't gonna be no closed doors. I gotta be able to look in your. You're right. I gotta be able to look in your doors and see what you're doing.
Maybe it's
mine will not have no closed doors.
No. Mine might not have it.
I wouldn't even allowed to have
my
it.
parents
I didn't have nobody. So
like
when you had company,
I wouldn't even allowed to have
your parents with you?
Huh? Yeah.
She didn't say that like, nah, not that often.
How many whoopings you've had?
No, she said she got her ass beat.
One time and they stopped doing it.
No.
She looked like she told the school and they never did it again.
No, she looked like she forged the signature.
I did.
All of a sudden, you just a good kid.
No.
Great doing the signature.
I
have my
mom's
signature down point.
I definitely was not like a saint. Like I was a bit of a wild child. Like I stayed on punishment, honestly.
Me too.
But it was because of the stronghold my parents were trying to have on me. They weren't. I think that was a big disservice that they did for me is that they really didn't allow me to flourish and allow me to be myself. So it was just kind of like, you're going to be like this. This is how it's going to be. You're going to follow our rules, which I really didn't have an issue with. But when you don't really allow your child to have certain freedoms, did you say be a hoe?
I mean, because my parents let me be a hoe. I get it out my system.
So it almost sounds like you went through your whole face later on.
Yeah, that's what it do sound
like.
No,
he's still having it.
No, I'm talking about MJ.
No, he got a girl.
Basically, like if you conversation's going. Do you feel like you was sheltered too long to where that's how you perceive life? Like you look at certain people a certain way?
Yeah, definitely. Because they really didn't give explanations of the world. Yeah. Like I only heard conversations with other adults. So it wasn't like, when my dad got home, it wasn't really like children were supposed to be seen and not heard.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I really wasn't able to like really have a voice. So if I questioned anything, in regards to like, if my parents punished me or whatever, like it was a problem. Like it was like legit a problem. Like you being
I knew she was raised like that just because of how she raises her daughter. Yeah, I was raised the same way on my mother's side. My mom is very conservative, but my dad is a gangster. So I got to do whatever I wanted
Right.
there. It was very confusing growing up.
Yeah.
Being able to cuss and tell
Oh,
your
yeah, my
dad,
parents
Dad,
wasn't-
can you
they
shut the
wasn't-
fuck up? I'm in here playing my Sega.
Yeah.
My
And
parents
then
wasn't-
go home,
wasn't
yes,
going
ma'am.
there.
Right.
Mine wasn't going down.
It was very confusing growing
My
up.
parents
No,
wasn't
but
going
I mean, but even just with like, it was a very like typical, you know, nuclear family household. You know, it was just like my dad was the primary breadwinner, and you know, it just
Was you raised in a white neighborhood?
it was a good mix.
Did you feel a disconnection with your black people?
No.
When you
To a degree.
from being sheltered, did you feel a disconnection when you met urban black people,
Like me.
niggas?
When you
Like-
met me.
Yeah, when you met a nigga like him, did you like say like, ew,
whoa,
why
I
is his
am not
pants so
like
down?
him.
Why is his pants down so low?
No, it wasn't even
Why
so
does it
much
smell
ill.
like
Like why,
plants?
like
Why does it smell
ew, why are his pants sagging? It wasn't that. It was like, why do you have to be so loud? Why do you have to be so ghetto? Why do you talk like that? Like,
Do you have a memory of the first time you felt like, why are black people doing this?
Man,
Dang,
I
I
have the
think-
greatest memory of that.
Uh,
I feel
why
like
are
this
black
connection with
man,
you right
I
now.
did too. I feel
Yeah.
like out of place.
I feel like you're like the darkest white girl right now.
Yeah, for sure.
But there's nothing wrong with it. You like Caucasians.
I mean, no, it's
Yeah, in Italian.
well, you know, it's just like my parents for the most part were very straight laced, and you know, and they obviously they wanted me to be the same way, but you know, I've had I guess what you called like nigga moments when I was like, you know, 18 and I was allowed to do, you know, a little bit more, and I would just be like,
So you didn't get to
Well,
do shit
yeah.
really till you was 18.
not really like live life. Like I don't want to put all my business
Right.
out there because what I don't want to happen is get a phone call later
Right.
or tomorrow. Like you never told me. Like I definitely don't want to do that. I don't
oh
want to out
yeah, your
myself.
parents watch.
Now, do y'all think?
Sometimes, yeah.
Now, do y'all think with the way social media is and everything is, it's a little bit different now with kids growing up too fast? It was like with us, we didn't have all the social media. We didn't have everything that these kids have now as far as access to a lot of stuff. So with us, we did a lot of stuff, but it was like, didn't nobody know about it. These kids nowadays, with social media, everything being big, they tell on themselves. So we were a little bit more discreet with ours than what these children are doing now.
I can agree, but see, I'm in the midst of both because I'm a young nigga with an old soul, and I'm, if you feel me, I'm damn near 30, but I was always
You're
raised
still
around
young.
all the older
Yeah,
people.
I
You
got
feel me? I never chilled with like the younger crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
So, me now, I am more like I do expose a lot more,
Right.
but that's just because I don't care and because I mean, I'm raw anyway, so you gonna know me when you get what you see.
Right. And I think,
I do feel like the newer age do it now. I feel like because it's just
Thing to
for
do.
popularity.
right.
Like,
They want
Yeah.
they want some comments and likes.
yeah.
You know, as far as
This generation is different from ours because we wanted to grow up.
And then
Right.
they didn't even get their asses.
Right.
They don't get their asses whooped.
Not even
No,
that.
you
They
can't
wanna die
whoop 'em
young
now.
and have their legend is them dying young.
Live
Right.
fast, die young.
Yeah, that's their legend. Their legacy is them
Yeah.
dying.
Right.
And how they got, like, if they got shot.
Right. But
Like, he is a somebody in here. Nigga died in a car accident. It's just, oh, damn.
Like,
they ain't got nobody to blame. Them.
I'm that nigga from the hood. Like I never get shot. I don't want to go to jail. None of this.
But
I want to
Now-
watch y'all do it.
now do you also think the way society has changed? Because our parents disciplining us was basically a whole lot differently than what the kids and stuff are getting disciplined now. I mean, I know I have two parents. I mean, my parents wasn't playing. It was like, you know,
It's like
you didn't want, you know.
kids, they have I'm not gonna say we didn't have a voice as
Oh, I had
as
no
children,
voice. It was mom and dad.
we did, like we could speak and say things, but like as far as your opinion,
Basically, yeah.
I
I-
have an opinion in the
but
black
as
household.
far
I
as
didn't have
your
an opinion.
opinion on anything, like it was like you don't pay for shit, so
Right.
I'm not listening to you.
Right.
That's
yeah.
the way my parents.
I was raised like if you allergic to shit, you still better eat that shit. Like if you tell me you don't eat that shit,
We
I don't
didn't
give a
have
damn if your
options.
throat
We didn't have
closes up.
options, and
Right.
we didn't have that voice
Hell
that
no.
we give children.
Like
today.
these
Right,
kids
right.
that say some shit
We
back to
did
their
it.
parents,
Right,
like,
we didn't
like
have it.
even if it's not smart, but like we was raised like when they whatever they say, We just do. We don't question. We don't say nothing back. None of that.
No.
These new kids is like,
but why?
You feel me? Or
they have something to say.
They all. Their opinion count now.
Even like with my parents and stuff like that, it's funny to see them with Danica.
How lenient they are now.
Right. That's
like I will never forget.
Oh, yeah.
I will never forget. This was like probably one of the first summers like Danica had like spent the summer with them. She was like 2 or 3. I never took her on a car ride before bed to like help her go to sleep. Like my parents seriously,
they make
strap her up in the car seat.
But you know what that
they would drive her around.
All that is I fucked that girl up.
Yeah, let me do the best I can for this baby right here.
Oh yeah, that's what it is. And that's I guess that's just a new generation because I have a 23-year-old son, and I was real hard on him, but I was lenient at the same time. You gotta get that fatherly, tough, love to your son, to a boy. But then now when I have 2 girls, it's like it's totally different. And as far as what way I'm dealing with them now, and it's and I'm like, man, it's I'm the softie as far as with them, and it's just different as far as with disciplining and everything else as far as when you have a boy and you got girls.
614-781-0754. When we come back, we got the weekly spill. This Black Youngster 901. We'll be right back, bitch.
He finished for a second. All right, you want to stay behind?
Got one song.
Got one song.
Bitch, white bitch, red bitch.
I'm taking our song right
Mouth fuck with me, I'm rich. She got grits, moms on her stomach. She from down south. Bitch, I
want to drink or something.
I'm gonna fly you out. Don't play with me. Rubber, I'll play with your man. Side, okay, stay with me. If she don't drop them.
What's that name, man?
What's good, y'all? I'm going to show y'all know we a little place over here. That's how we do. It's all good. We all grown up in here. Hey, man, it's going down.
Martin Luther King got killed in the city. That's why I don't show shit in the city. But it makes shit understood you went in the city. Lame bitch, trying to keep up with it, but that whole fail. Cook for me,
To this day,
it's on rotel. Right to the front, side,
Oh, I don't
I don't know.
I don't even drink in front of my mom. It's like
she was watching the show. I remember like
I can't
watching it.
Yeah, I can't. Hey, y'all, it's about to run. That's how crazy we get up here. Hey, man, that's how it is. That's how we do, man, over here. We got one song on the way. It's going to break right now.
Oh, God. I love y'all.
He said it was water.
What's that? Oh, is that water? Is that what's
Y'all ready?
All right, guys.
All right,
we're ready, like now.
Bring it in, MJ. Hopefully the song will play.
And we are back. WTMH Radio, Narcistic Nation. It is now time for the weekly spill. It's been a lot of shit going on.
Oh, it's been a lot.
A lot.
I think we all are just kind of overwhelmed by what's happening this week.
So I'm just gonna start on like kind of fairly local. So the U.S. Marshal Service says that 123 missing children were recovered during a one-day sweep in Wayne County, Michigan.
That's crazy.
So I don't know if you guys had like paid any attention, but there have been a lot of kids popping up missing, and it's due to sex trafficking rings and stuff like that. Well, the sweep is known as Operation My Safe Kid, and that's spelled MISAFEKID, and it happened on September 26th throughout the county with the emphasis on locating victims of sex trafficking. And according to a news release, out of the 301 cases of the missing children, 123 were located and were interviewed during the operation. That has got to be so scary, and the trauma that you would have to deal with as a parent and as a child. But
was it just all female? Was it just all girls?
They did not say, but I'm left to assume that it's both male and female, because on the black market, when it comes to children, it doesn't matter.
They just want.
And see that, and that kind of stuff, you know, being a single dad with 2 girls, that kind of stuff, you know, it kind of hits home, because it's like, you know, if I ever have to deal with something like that, that's why I know I'm like that overly protective father that, you know, I'm gonna know where you at all the time, because anything, something like that can just happen. And you not, you know, look up and, you know, you don't know where your child is at. So, I mean, and, you know, that's just the crazy world, you know, that we live in today. So it's, you know, that definitely was a story that touched me on that.
Yeah. So, also.
Go to Oprah. Go to Oprah.
I don't know where that came from, but okay.
Jerry Springer.
Yes.
Oh yeah, Jerry. Is he still?
So, Black conservatives Ben Carson and Stacey Dash are doing their part to drum up African American support in the current administration, as both are set to headline the Young Black Leadership Summit October 25th through the 28th in Washington, D.C. If anybody is going, please throw any and everything at
Can we
kick
Stacey Dash out just like we did Kanye?
Is Kanye gone?
Damn,
I heard about a trade, but I didn't know if
I didn't even know that there was a trade. I thought that we just.
Who would you trading for?
Nobody.
Let's go around the table. Who would you trade?
Stop inviting white people to the cookout. There are no white people that are invited to the cookout.
Sometimes.
No. There are no more.
They said there are no more.
There are no more. There's no more room. We don't need your dry ass potato salad, Karen. We don't want your greens with the raisins in it. We don't with the apples. Green casserole.
No, what about the steak? They don't wash off. They're like, oh, you brought steak? They pull it out the bag and throw it on the grill. I didn't season it or wash it. Like,
they don't cook it.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
15 minutes. 15 seconds is considered
7 minutes on each side.
7 on each side.
But you know, just like we kicked out Omarosa, we can't kick out Stacey Dash and Kanye.
We can definitely.
And Omarosa's my girl, and you know. And
I've been got rid of her. Listen,
that's my girl, so I can't fully kick her out because I know her personally, but I'm just saying we kicked her out. So Stacey Dash and Kanye.
So Eddie, who currently lives here, but he is from Chicago. Everybody say, hey, Eddie.
What up, Eddie?
Eddie said Gary Owen got to be there though.
Yeah.
No.
I like Gary Owen, man. I like Gary. He's cool.
That's a commercial way. Okay, this is the thing. Why do every time a black person reach for a white person to bring into our congregation, it's always Gary Owens? Like, we don't know other cool. It used to be our generation, me and Goldie and MJ. It was Bill Clinton. Now their generation is Greg Owens. Like, who's the younger people?
Who's Greg Owens?
Who's Greg Owens?
He's a comedian. That's a comedian. Gary Owens.
Who is Greg Owens?
Gary Owens.
Go around the table.
Gary Owens.
Greg Owens is your boss. Greg Owens is Flair's boss.
I don't have a boss. Greg Owens, I think.
He's the boss.
Greg Owens is he's like a sorry ass basketball player, but he had a shoe, but no one bought it.
She was like $15.
He was Olin Mills' distant cousin. He didn't have a photographer. He didn't have a camera. You go to his basement.
Oh no!
And take it on an Android.
He had a Polaroid camera.
You take the picture and do this.
Say no, but I'm kind of over with black people always wanting to bring white people to the cookout. Can we just not? Can we? Why do we have to?
No, they are.
No.
Some of them cool. She feels that way because I don't think she went through the struggle. So when you go through the struggle, we don't break the cycle of everything in our culture. Like, so okay.
They don't want us included.
Put us in. They
don't.
Put us all in the barbecue right now.
Right now.
The proverbial barbecue.
Can I finish?
No.
Now, put this all at a barbecue, and I asked Goldie's husband to go get this. He gonna ask where my money at. I asked Greg Owens.
Who is Greg
I
Owens?
asked Greg Owens to, oh, bro, here's $10. Give me a bottle of freeze. He like, man, keep your money.
Right, keep the change.
White people at the barbecue make sure the barbecue goes on.
It's executed really well. It's executed well.
I learned how to buy drinks for everybody hanging in white bars.
Right, yeah, that is fast.
You ever sitting over
That's
there?
the first place I ever bought Browns.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
white
right.
boy.
And they'll
Yeah,
keep
that's
going
right.
until it's no tomorrow.
I did
Right.
the first one,
They
and
take
I
it
was
from there.
drunk all night, and I came home with a pocket full of money. Like, that's the best night.
Right, you hang with them because they
That doesn't mean.
Rock on.
Hold on, hold on. That does not mean that they get an invite to the.
They'll get
Yes,
it.
they do.
And some of them
Hold
women,
on.
some of them women.
And
do
the
get
reason
some
why I say
stuff.
this,
Like what?
Great under the table.
Hold on. The reason why I say this is because they put so much emphasis on wanting their own. They don't want anybody of color to be part of their stuff. They don't need to be part of ours.
They let me
is.
go to the farmer's market. I mean, for real shit.
Did you have a white girl with you?
No. Well, my stepmom looked kind of mixed, but she's light skinned, but she's not mixed.
She was
Let me
light-skinned.
finish. So I'll go to the farmer's market. We show up, boom, we jump out the lap. You know what I'm saying? Because she got one too, newer than my way more. But my point is,
She mixed that.
we go to the farmer's market. The Amish people, they don't look at me funny when I want to buy the big ass chocolate chip cookies. You see what I'm saying? They don't look at me funny when I want to buy the bacon patty. You ever had a bacon patty, nigga? It's like a sausage patty, well, no, a hamburger patty, but it's bacon.
It's like a bacon,
You
round
said
circle,
you know what I'm talking about?
circle
Yeah,
bacon.
you had
It's
one
like
before?
it's been a minute.
Canadian
But
bacon?
I don't do it. I don't eat pork though. But back in the, I know what you're
Send
talking
me
about.
the link.
It's
I
that
will.
big old
I
circle
need to
But
look.
my point is, it's some things.
Pork belly. Don't nobody.
I'm saying there's some things that white people do allow us to. As long as you don't act like a nigga, you can be black.
No, see, and that's the problem. I want to be able to be myself.
I'm a nigga.
I'm a
Right. I want to be able to be my loud, boisterous self without fucking corner store Connie, which I'm about to talk about. Connie.
Connie.
Right, corner store Connie calling the
boy,
police on
God.
me because, you know, my blackness offends her. So, as far as I'm concerned, no white people are invited to the cookout. I mean, there are some.
Y'all can come to mine.
Listen, there are,
Y'all
but
be
there
the
are
first
some
ones.
white people that I do, you know, that I do rock with, but still, y'all not invited to the cookout, and I'm sure y'all are okay with that. So next up, Lauryn Hill.
That's my baby. You can't say nothing bad about Lauryn Hill.
You know, Lauryn Hill is like trash in real life.
I love me some Lauryn Hill.
No,
Here we go.
she's
One
not.
good- here we go.
I know
One good
she's
CD.
rude.
One good album.
That's my girl, Lauryn Hill.
I gotta, damn.
I can stand
Wait. Go, boom.
Right, like damn.
We'll get to it at the end of the show. I want to know that too. Why do y'all put Lauryn Hill on the pedestal?
They do.
Right.
For
Man,
one
that's
album.
it.
We'll
That's
say
the
that for the
point
last
right
segment. Write it down, Stu. Why do black people put Lauryn Hill?
I got it wrote down in my.
That's gonna be our new last segment.
So Lauryn Hill's concert was called off after thousands wait outside the municipal center for the show. She has been trying to do this for like how long now? How many concerts has she put on? Ain't showed
I don't
up or
follow
showed
her.
up late.
I will never purchase tickets.
How many-
Ever.
I love her though, but I would never.
You
I
don't
don't
love
know.
her.
How many times can we
Yes,
hear
I
Killing
do.
Me Softly?
Hey, that's a classic.
What the
It
fuck?
might have been something like
You
that.
know,
Like, I don't want to hear that. no more.
I'm over the miseducation. I'm
Like
just
that-
I love it. I'm educated now.
She never had another album, did she?
No.
She never did.
I just
no.
noticed that.
That's all
But
you
We've
thousands
been
of
writing on that
fans.
for 20 years.
Thousands of fans have been waiting outside the municipal center in Nashville with tickets in hand for Thursday night's show. Large crowds gathered outside the venue as the doors were supposed to open at 6:30 for the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill 20th anniversary tour. It's 20 years old.
Is it? Wow.
I believe it.
What are we
This
celebrating?
just in. Just
Her
this
trashness.
is just in. Lauryn Hill just arrived at Aretha Franklin's funeral.
What?
She just got there.
Niggas is
Damn.
always like,
Damn. She just got there.
She's there though. She's there.
Well, she made it.
So this is what's so messed up about it. So she
Thanks for that commentary, Goldie.
She tweeted.
Hey, you hear me?
She tweeted that the show was called off around 8:35 p.m.
Wow.
So these poor people had been waiting since 6:30 that evening, and then there was this tweet that came like 2.5 hours later. She's so trash.
She's not even.
So
That's not her fault.
So Lauryn Hill
It
said,
is.
hold on. Lauryn Hill said that flights for her entire band and most of the show's crew were grounded due to Hurricane Michael. The singer said that they tried finding local musicians to fill in,
It was in New York.
but there was not enough
That's where she
time.
lived. That's where she lived.
But there was not enough time to bring the show together. The show will reportedly be rescheduled. Now, I don't know if you guys also know that Lauryn Hill is right now currently being sued by American Express.
Why ain't gonna get shit?
I see that.
For credit card fraud.
For not for credit card fraud, but she
EBT
has
fraud.
like she's got she's got a debt of over $300,000 with them,
Wow.
and she
filed
has
for
not
bankruptcy.
paid.
Yeah.
She better.
She has not paid a dime. So
You know, that's their fault. Who gives you a $300,000 credit limit?
they didn't.
Right.
And she ain't even relevant like
You
that.
know, and then she
Right.
had tax problems on top of that. That's
Who accepts American Express?
Everywhere is supposed to
I only
accept.
see Visa and MasterCard everywhere I go.
Everywhere in the world accepts American Express. That's
Wow.
everywhere.
yeah.
'Cause I
You didn't know
used to carry
that?
a
I didn't
Visa
know
until
that.
the Africans told me, like,
Everywhere.
Visa
Yeah, I
is
didn't
the
know that.
best money
Anywhere
to
you
do.
go.
Now they talking about Bitcoin.
I think Bitcoin is pretty much like.
African shit.
I mean, I
Hit
know
or
that
miss.
it's
It's hit
still
or miss.
it's hit or miss now. I don't really hear a lot of people talking about it right now, but
It was popular about a year ago.
Last
Now, only the
year.
Africans fucking with it.
So let's talk about Kanye. Kanye. I'm sorry, it's no longer Kanye.
Kanye.
Kanye West met with 45
My nigga.
on the 11th, and the black delegation of the internet was not happy with that.
Not at all.
Jim Brown was also in attendance. They were there to talk about prison reform.
Oh, shit.
However, things got a little weird
Uh,
when Kanye kind of went off the deep end. I'm a little confused with what really happened, but I finally got to sit down and like watch the whole 10-minute thing, and it was uncomfortable. It was definitely
I couldn't even
cringeworthy.
watch. I couldn't watch the whole thing. I
It was
turned
it
off.
was cringeworthy. Some things that stuck out to me. Kanye stated, so there's a theory. There's infinite amounts of universes and there's alternate universes. So it's important for me to get Larry Hoover. And he was, you know,
Who is supplying his marijuana?
wait.
I think Larry Hoover should.
So he said, it's very important for me to get Larry Hoover because in an alternate universe, I am him and I have to go and get him free.
This is my thing about that.
Yes.
You know, I did watch that little ditty he did. And at first, when he was talking about Larry Hoover, I'm like, you know what? This coon might be trying to help us.
He ain't trying to.
At first.
At first. And then I
At
thought
first.
for one more second, I said, this bitch is doing everything he told me not to do in 2003. I'm not listening to him.
Well,
My thing is with that, everybody got on LeBron James and Colin Kaepernick for them taking a voice on what they do, saying shut up and just dribble the ball and do what you know. Why hasn't nobody said Kanye shut up
And
and just do music and sell shoes? Why hasn't nobody said that?
They kind of have, but you just don't.
But
Oh,
you know,
they kinda have.
He's really the reflection of
You mean our
he's
people?
a reflection
couple
of a
of our
nigga to
people.
white people though.
well, yeah, that's as far as white
Because if you
people.
look at some interviews, we didn't have some super black niggas that had that
Well,
been
no,
around him,
and
and they
that's
said they
justified.
hollered at him. But at the end of the day,
That's black people's fault though, because we
he's
pick and
just
choose
he's
who
a
we support anyway.
my thing
Right.
is why I didn't
we
even feel
talking
like
about Kanye Kardashian.
I didn't think
Yeah,
nobody.
right, he doesn't.
like,
He's not
yeah,
even.
he's
It's
just-
it's
you
feel
Kanye.
me?
It's Kanye Kardashian.
Hold on, let me get in here real
Kanye
quick.
Kardashian.
Let me slide in here quick. No, hold on. The part that bothered me about the whole fake luncheon was Donald Trump said, Kanye said, yeah, there's people dying every day in
Right.
Chicago.
Right.
And I'm
Trump says,
getting ready to touch on that.
Trump says, yeah, they're dying every day in Chicago. It's not even for the country.
Whoa!
Like, what do you mean? It's not
Whoa.
Yeah, that was crazy.
So if you're dying for the country,
It's okay.
It's
cool.
totally okay.
Yeah.
It's cool. So West also accused Black communities of perpetuating violence in their own communities. But FBI crime reporting data shows that the controversial idea of black on black crime is not significantly more prevalent than white people killing other white people.
Really? Oh, yeah,
seriously?
Totally.
Yeah. Stop letting the media fool you. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Because it was like, really?
The part that bothers me about that statement is I've told y'all, like, Black people, we don't march when other Black people kill each other.
No.
You see what I'm saying? We only march when a white person does it.
Right.
Or a
but
police
do you know
officer.
why? Do you know why?
I ain't seen no march when a black officer kills a Black man.
Well, and I think that this is the reason,
white cop.
and I think that this is the reason why is because typically the justice is pretty swift. There's not like a deliberation. There's not a, oh, well, we're just going to put him on paid administrative leave or, you know, whatever the case may be. When there is quote unquote black on black crime, what happens is that they catch the offender ASAP. He sits in prison, he gets arraigned or he gets indicted or whatever, he gets charged and then he's thrown in prison. It's different when you have unarmed Black people or Black people that are defending themselves and they are being gunned down by, you know, like these rage hungry racist white supremacists ultimately. And it's like,
that's why I be wondering how these dudes, like and these street dudes, get killed, and y'all can find the killers ASAP. But then you got these white serial killers that have killed 9 of their wives, their ex-wives, 2 of their kids, 3 of the ex-hoes kids, the grandma, and then y'all still ain't found it.
I was watching a story earlier that they found out that Jimmy Superfly Snuka killed his wife, the wrestler. He killed his wife, and him and Vince McMahon covered it up.
I remember when that happened. I remember when that happened, but I didn't know he had it.
Yeah, they trying to say he did it now.
Wow.
Like 50 years later.
That's crazy. But I think that that's the reason why, you know, you don't see a lot of marches when it comes to black on black crime. It's because, you know, the justice is swift. They, you know,
within 48 hours.
Let me talk about it from my side of the fence. Because a lot of times with this no snitch law, people don't tell on each other.
At all.
So if somebody gets shot on Mount Vernon, I ain't gonna say Mount Vernon because the war show out there. Let's say somebody gets shot on Livingston.
That's
Miami Livingston.
Okay, you live on. Somebody gets shot in Columbus, right?
Somebody get
Somebody gets shot. Listen, let me finish. When someone gets shot in the hood, no one talks.
Not at all.
But you got these so-called alleged civil rights movement kind of people that always want to march when it's white people doing it. I want to know why they don't do it consistently.
Right. I mean,
I want Freddie J to answer it because I feel like you're going to give the same.
Well, no,
but
I know because what I was getting ready to say was I was going to touch on that. There's still plenty of Black men and women who have been murdered that have went unsolved because people do not.
Ain't nobody march for that shit. You hear me?
Right, but people do not. Like you
said,
why
didn't you arrange a march though?
These niggas don't cooperate. These niggas I'm gonna just be real about the situation. Listen,
that should be something we can do.
It's harder. I was real surprised. To be honest, I was
trying to throw shots.
I was real surprised for my sister to be a kid that her little friends and stuff like got her candlelight together for us as fast as they did, but I'm just like, it seemed like when the people that's really in the situation, that shit don't get taken serious, and they take it more serious when you putting this shit on Facebook and they comment. Like when you out there trying to make a change, or when you out there trying to show niggas that you want something to be different, don't nobody show up, don't nobody want to be a part of that. So niggas really don't want change, they just want to talk about
it. Jay, have you ever, and we talked about this shows ago, you know what I'm saying? Have you ever seen like Black people march in the winter?
March in the winter?
I ain't never seen
real shit.
No, it's not happening. It's not gonna happen.
Post for kids.
No, we're talking about violence.
Yeah, violence.
They won't
march in the coast.
Go get them damn posts.
That's Jerry News. We don't talk about that. ain't branded. You just said that earlier.
I saw more than 20 people in a line walk in.
I've never. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that. Especially not in the winter.
So how does that make you feel as a black man that people die in the winter? So why ain't people marching?
I mean, it definitely hurts. It's definitely one of those things where like we said, it's that unwritten law to where it's like we don't snitch, we don't keep, we got to keep everything in house. We know Ray down the street just got shot, and we know somebody has seen it. But then, for some reason, with our people, unless it directly affects their family, they are not going to say anything about it.
And so many of us are like, when a shooting happens in a black community, this is what people fail to realize. Okay, you've grown up in this community. Right. You've got all these families there. We all know each other. We're all like family for real.
Right.
A random ass shooting happens. It's Miss Pearlie Mae's son.
Right.
Okay. Miss Pearlie Mae's grandson shot somebody in my family. Mm-hmm. I want to retaliate or say something, but we're all connected. Like,
but the thing about it, I feel like within our community, instead of us reaching out to law enforcement, whatever, we're gonna take it into our own hands and we gonna go handle it ourselves. Yeah, that's the difference when it's between black and white
boys.
Yeah, somebody.
To me, I feel like it only matters to black people when it's y'all's people.
Right,
like,
exactly.
It's our people.
Right.
Say, like when it's your cousin or your people. You feel me? Right. But like for real, we talk
in
about coming together and niggas being united.
Right.
If any black person get killed, we should all be doing that.
But definitely.
These niggas ain't what they say.
They
all coon. So that's why I say y'all can't say Kanye. And half of these niggas out here is Kunye's they damn self.
No.
It's a lot of Kunye.
It's a lot of Kunye.
Don't get me wrong.
Of it. Right.
Don't get me wrong. I am quick to call out anti-blackness. I am quick to call out, these so-called.
Can I ask a question though?
These so-called gangsters that swear that they will bust a grape in a fruit fight, but when it really comes down to that shit.
But that goes to say, like,
I'm saying
everybody got that. That's why you got to think about it. Then motherfuckers talk about the non-snitching law, but then everybody, that's an opinionated thing because everybody got their own opinion of snitching. Right. If it's your cousin and he told, he ain't a snitch because he just wanted to get himself out that situation. So what is snitching for real?
This is the thing I have a problem with. I feel like and I don't want to sound like a Kunye. And please go back and listen to what I'm saying when I say this. I feel like if you're not going to handle the situation,
shut up.
Right, exactly.
Shut up or tell.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? I don't want you. Okay, if your cousin gets shot, killed, murdered. Everybody in the hood know.
And you know too. Who did it.
You're not a gangster.
Right.
You're not a thug. You're not about that life. You want justice, then do what you got to do. You see what I'm saying? But if you're going to handle it, shut the fuck up. A lot of people say they're going to handle it. I know people that they got murk cold blood. Right. But they family is cyber thugs.
But then
they get on Instagram and Facebook and talk about how they miss this person.
Right.
But you know where this person be at.
Right.
So he's there.
Right. And don't do anything about it.
They're always at the club. Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
In the same building.
The same spot.
Nothing.
And you won't do nothing.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Niggas that arrived and had their coat on at the end, and they ain't do shit.
They be so lit, they don't even know you got the coat on.
You're the only one that got an 8-ball coat until I took it.
Right.
And they don't do shit because they know they're not about that life, and it's okay. You can sell drugs and not be about that life. Just be smarter than the next man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Keep niggas around you that's killers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the end of the day, if you're not going to handle it, do what you got to do to feel good about yourself and your family. You know what I'm saying? Right. But if you're about that life, quit talking about the shit on Facebook.
And quit saying you ain't a snitch and you done told everybody.
Right, you done told everybody.
You a snitch, bitch. You just ain't told the cops. But the cops about to know because one of your homies that you just told, they gonna tell. Because they think they about to get a reward.
Like, how many people have you seen on these social medias that say, "Oh, I miss my cousin.
All the time.
I miss my whoever." You know what I mean? Because I don't want, you know what I mean, touch too much at home. But my point is, if you know who done the shit, handle it.
Right.
Period. Point blank. That's all I'm saying.
It is.
Well, that was a riveting ending to the weekly spill. I appreciate you guys for participating. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. Rewind that.
No, true. What's a will?
A will is when you're driving in the wintertime, your shit wobbling a little faster.
You need an alignment or the tire?
You need a tire and an alignment.
A will is when you wrote a will, but you know you ain't got shit to leave nobody for real. So you just wrote a whole bunch of bullshit because you knew motherfuckers was gonna be happy.
Right.
Jay, what's a will?
Oh, almost kind of like Goldie's explanation of it. I'm kind of feeling what she was saying with that. You know, it's right there on that fine line, right? With what she said.
I think a whip will is like, it's like when you inebriated and you gotta like make a will for yourself. You're in the hospital, you drunk, you going off.
So you just saying
off the morphine, and you're like, well, he can't sign a regular will. Does he have to? No, we can make him a whip will. You know what I'm saying?
And what's so messed up is like I'm like legit sober. I can't even believe I did that. But
wow, you
need to wear a shirt that says it.
I'm sober. Yeah, someone. If there's anybody who's watching, if you guys know someone who makes t-shirts, I will wear that.
She will
just
wear
be like, I'm sober. But I appreciate you guys for watching and participating. We will be right back after this break.
All right.
Ooh, this Henny got me like, nigga, I gotta piss. I'll be like, ooh.
We got what, one song?
Yeah, one song.
Yeah. I'll play two.
Okay. You want to go?
No smoke.
All right, what's good, y'all? Y'all see how we do it. It's crazy.
Go outside. Like that,
Thank y'all, everybody, for tuning in. Hope everybody is out there doing their thing tonight. Just stay right there. And those down here every Saturday night, 8 to 10 p.m. At the hottest online radio stations out there. So, we got one song.
Fuck, I just said all that shit, nigga. Spin it back, spin. Tight. Let these niggas know what really motherfucking going on in the streets here.
Yeah, bro, you made me get a
West Side
bottle.
Yeah, this is life of a hot boy, nigga.
No, we need this.
Worldwide.
I'm good right now. I'm in my fitness right now, you know, in the gym earlier. Y'all want to see, because I have a feeling. And my Browns are winning. We got 50 push-ups. We got 50 push-ups in my Browns.
It's like every other
Like y'all, tighten up. I'm gonna get a match.
Y'all gotta tighten up.
Have girlfriends in a coat, nigga. For a girlfriend, she's a gold digger. One thing I don't do, no nigga. All the MG I'll take you one call, nigga.
I started to know like every little source on there.
Who's number you got that downstairs? Whose phone you got that downstairs? Whose phone number you got that downstairs?
Stick to the G, go 400 beats, more y'all niggas know we do it. All like a hot boy, nigga, little Weezy. Feel like Birdman and Meet you. All that like that, nigga, we eat. All like a hot boy, nigga, be juice. Chop you in the center, for the main man, y'all pussy niggas in the middle. All like a hot boy, nigga, y'all turn. Young nigga thinking that's first. I'm started 2014, I'm drunk for a convert.
Hey man,
Y'all nigga just swerving. Y'all nigga just splurging. I came from
hey man, once
serving.
again, thank y'all for joining us, man. Let me tell you, man, every Saturday, 8 p.m. Me and my host, NJ, y'all gonna be seeing us out. We're gonna be seeing us out. We're gonna bring it to you guys like no other. So y'all see us out there, let us know. Me and her, we're gonna be getting straight doing our thing. Hey man, it's gonna be doing big things. We're gonna get ready to get out of here. Hey man, y'all be blessed. Oh yeah, bro, I gotta go on there.
Stick to the G code for beef money. Like a hot boy, nigga Lil Weezy. Feel like Birdman and Nietzsche. Rock out like that nigga we eat.
I like literally just one. Yeah.
Fuck on that bitch over left. Fuck on that bitch over left. Fuck on that bitch over left. I passed out like a left. I took my cuff like I had it. Scripted it out on his hands. Don't tell me you back in that action. Don't tell me you back in that action. I get that mouth on a regular. I get more lip than the celly. I put that puss on a regular. She take them nails on a regular.
What I'm sorry, come up.
I don't do shit if it's regular. I tell me how to whip it ain't regular. I flip it and slip it ain't regular. I'm not just a local pedestrian. I get that work for the Mexicans. I ride with my niggas like Mexicans. I sell the keep on a regular. I push out the car, it ain't regular. I'm watching my chain, it regular. I smash on the broad on the regular. She let me know that I'm regular.
I'm gonna do it for the
I pass out like a left. I took my cuff like I had it. Scripted it out on his hands. Don't tell me you back in that action. Don't tell me you back in that action. I'm back on them niggas. I'm back in that action. I'm back in that action. I'm back on that showing half of your face. I spend them all on the regular. I go to racks on the regular. I won't hear that blind if it's regular. I got that mouth if it's regular. Smoking on things like a regular. Dropping the wood like a regular. 200 to zip in his activist. I keep that plan in the 8th thing. Ask him, shine in the face on it. Come through with clarity, yeah. I got that bitch on his
yeah.
Fuck on that bitch over left. Fuck on that bitch over left. Fuck on that bitch over left. I passed out like a left. I took my cuff like I had it. Scripted it out on his hands. Don't tell me you back in that action. Don't tell me you back in that action. Don't tell me you back in that action. Don't tell me you back on that. It's
the relationship topic, Fred.
Tell me with that, bro. Only God can judge. Take a
I did mine.
Let me see, relationship topic. What is the first time? How soon is the first time to have sex?
What?
How soon is it?
How soon is too soon to have
How
sex?
soon is too soon to have sex with the person you first started dating? So like basically, is it okay to have sex on the first date? Or is there, you know?
Oh, we're definitely gonna be saying
Expand your vocabulary.
I can do it.
Yeah, well, they take your lead. They take your lead.
They're gonna take your lead.
Yeah, so you know, that's what they were trying to do that.
Between the ages of 35 and 55, do you feel run down? Has your sex life gone down the toilet?
I got you.
If you need crack-a-day vitamins, or once-a-day multivitamins, or fortified with crack to help you get through your busy day. You're breaking my stomach, my man! Just take one vitamin in the morning with your coffee, then you're off to the races. Ladies, get your housekeeping and shopping done by 9 and spend the rest of the day swinging that cat at the Hilton Hotel. How about some hay? Men, get 4 reports done and 18 holes of golf by noon and enjoy the rest of your day at your favorite strip club. Get your crack-a-day vitamins at CVS and all GNC outlets.
Where did you see that from? Tales from the Hood too.
Yeah.
Now,
I watch it.
Punch your bad mouth.
So I gotta get that red.
Red talk.
I do. I have it.
Yeah, it was on there, but they took it out. Back to me. Because you're not gonna like it. Right. The first one was cheesy, but it was exciting.
Right. It's like a cult classic with black.
Yeah. Part 2 is good, but it's not as good. You'll like it. You might not like it, but you might like it. There's two stories I like. But one is a racist one. He basically got him and Till and everybody in it. And there's one that's a vampire one. So, I mean, if I would have put it together, I would have felt like it was a G. You feel G with independent money?
Yeah.
They got big characters. The new gatekeeper is, yeah. The new gatekeeper is that dude, the dude that be talking, you know, like the dude that was narrating. It's not him no more, the old ass man.
Okay.
The other old man that was the dad on ATL. Or London's dad.
Oh, okay.
He's the gatekeeper now.
Okay.
Go get your staff.
Listen, don't get lost.
All right. Right, come on now. You're right, go straight. Yep, that should got our ass up. You don't know how to get out that damn seat.
That's what he's here for.
I don't think we got something.
What? What? Oh my God. We're going to do the playback on this. And I'm about to start keeping tally like ding, ding, ding. Listen, give me that bell because every time somebody starts that bullshit, I'm going to just be like ding, ding. You don't know why. See what happens. See what happens. It didn't even last like straight out the gate. It was like whatever I said was like in one ear and one out the other. That's crazy. I'm like, man, y'all just really love me, huh?
Slow down quick. 614-781-0754. It's the most controversial podcast on earth, Narcistic Nation. See what I'm saying? When we come back, we got relationship topics. See what I'm saying? Remember, vote. Best DJ, Harold Flair. WTMH Radio Award Show. Best internet radio show, Narcistic Nation. Saturday, November 10th. Mount Vernon Avenue, 867 to be exact. King Arts Complex. We'll be right back.
Now, Miles, why in the world do you want to throw a water balloon at me? I didn't do nothing to you. I don't bother nobody. That's not my business. I drink my water. Am I my business?
Go on,
You gotta make this quick because it's gonna restart. Hang tight, guys.
So as far as music, you want to go straight in and underground?
It's gonna have to be more underground.
So start next week, we'll go straight underground. We have a guest next week. I gotta be fucking shopping. I gotta be shopping for good music.
Absolutely.
You hear somebody's song on Facebook, that shit good, like send this shit now. Don't beg, but the band is
Right.
like, I'm gonna play this shit. I don't give a fuck they don't listen. As long as we got good substance, people will keep listening. I heard that. Like, I don't want to play commercial. I mean, not my shit. I want to keep it underground, but we say what the fuck we want. You know what I mean?
Smash with a tank full of gas, got a pocket full of cash, gotta get smoked. Hey, we deal, give it out of spirit, nigga, real as shit.
No, I really don't know why. You're gonna have to text me something.
Some more wine over there.
I'm starving right now. I want some
Ain't smoking up top, wanna get more hot sauce, spend more change. I ain't sleep playing, cause they smoking and choking up weed. I got everything you need.
What you got a case for? I really want some
You got a relationship topic?
No.
You got to
Okay. Because clearly, again, everything I said.
you get a special
I know, but going to be addressed.
The song is long. Them songs is short that we play.
It doesn't matter. You said Tuesday.
I know.
So you
Yeah, I
said
think they're going on outside. I was like 5 minutes outside. What's that doing? You got your relationship topic ready?
Off to a place inside my mind and I'm on my way. Me feeling day, big work with your cousin James Faye. Keeping my cherry, usually something heads is popping. I live in but cherry stay mobbing. Off to the land with a car full of niggas in contraband. Only smoke 2 blunts and feeling like we smoked a kilogram. Cause the windows rolled up, the heaters on and the coffee's big. And as we all know, that secondary smoking do the trick. Contact and tell it about cause I know it's too big. Smoking until the so to assist my heart, I give my joy to crutch, so I can continue to fuck with this. I
want to make it to where everybody bring in a segment. We're going to do this one, and we're going to do the golden truth next. You got a topic? No, either way. Sure. All right, we'll do that. We'll do the topic next. After.
Right now that chronic is making me choke so pause. So if they can clear the story, continue to go for all of y'all. That's how we doing it on Rustdale. So nigga, please, sacking up them leaves, talking them cheese, keeping the town at ease.
I got a confession tonight too.
I stole this from Money Mike's. I stole this from Money Mike's when I was like 11.
So,
yeah,
this shit was hard as fuck. People don't even know what this is. Great. What the fuck just happened?
I don't know.
You ready, Freddie?
Yes, sir. Let's do it. Yo, once again, we want to welcome y'all back as Narcistic Nation, here with the weekly spiel every Saturday, 8 to 10. Oh, my fault on that. We're in the next segment. My bad on that. Rewind. The relation.
Wait. What did you do in the bathroom?
We got the relationship. We jumping right into the relationship aspect. My thing this week, as far as relationship topics, when is it too soon when you are dating someone that it's okay to have sex?
When is it?
Too soon. Yes. Like, can you have sex on a
date?
Can you have sex on a first date?
Wait.
Can you have sex on a first date and have a long relationship after that, or is it just?
Ooh, can I go? I want to go.
You want to let the lady go?
I want to go. It's not gonna matter if you wait 2 hours, 2 days, 2 years. A relationship gonna fail when a relationship gonna fail.
It's gonna be fast.
So just fuck them.
If you want to,
listen. Do you
live your best life?
Do you
just
drive
dirty.
a car before you buy that motherfucker?
You know what?
That's what supposed to.
That's how I look at. That's how I look at my chicks. Like, you're never gonna go with me if I haven't hit that first. Facts. I'm gonna just put that out there.
I'm a firm believer.
I feel like the same way I judge a car is the same way I judge.
But why is it sometimes we have to put a some people put a time, like, no, it's 3 months. Or,
because
no, it's 6
hoes.
months. You know,
somebody else.
No,
Because she fucking somebody else and trying to wean them off.
I feel like it's because they was a hoe, so now they feel like let me try to simmer this shit down.
Let me vinegar this shit up.
Let me tighten this shit back up before this nigga know I got a loose goosey.
Does that really work though? Do people really do that?
What?
Put vinegar in
You're
their
not supposed
vagina.
to.
Yeah.
I think they do. There's a girl that I know, she said that she used to like cut off like that Irish Spring soap and stick it in her hoo-ha.
Whoa, the
That had
bar?
to-
Like
burn.
a piece,
Wow. So she
like
got
she would
bars.
like cut it, like some of it, and she would like stick it in her hoo-ha.
Ooh.
And she said that'll kill whatever is in there. I'm like,
What do you
Are you
mean?
for real?
That killed her.
like she would kill, like
I guarantee you she has had a hysterectomy by now.
I don't know what she
At
said.
She had it at home, though. Like it accidentally
It came
happened.
out.
Like, it slipped out with a bar of soap. Like, what the hell?
Oh no,
That's weird.
Soap would
That's
have to burn because soap on top of your coochie. When you were a kid, did you ever get some soap down there and it just went bananas.
I was always taught
Like
that you're not supposed to
Yes.
put soap down there.
Yes.
I don't know.
I
How often did you have
we-
sex when it went bananas?
What you said?
How often did you have sex when your pussy went bananas?
No. This is what I was just
When
saying.
you was washing up.
This was when I was like 3 when I did this. I poured in all my Mr. Bubbles in the tub.
Mhm.
When I poured all of it in, shit was hurting. Like it was just a weird sensation.
You remember that?
You might
Yes,
just
because it was
sensitive.
horrible.
You just might got that sensitive shit.
It was horrible. Pour some.
Don't use that means just don't use bubble bath from Dollar Tree.
It was Mr. Bubble. It was name brand. It's just any soaps that you get. And then too, when I used to get in the tub, I'm about to tell y'all some weird shit. I used to get in the tub, and I used to take soap and rub it on me and make like jackets. I used to be bored as fuck. I'm my dad's only kid. So one day I was in the tub. I made a whole outfit in the tub. I put the buttons
What
and
does
shit.
your outfit look like?
It was a jean.
I'm trying to figure out where this correlates into how soon is soon.
Right.
Yeah, we just kind of bring it back in. a little
Just
bit.
bring it back.
Yeah,
Just
bring it back in,
bring it back
It's
in.
never too soon for me. I'll fuck a bitch if I meet you and you seem like you cool. After I give you the finger test, I make sure that little shit right. I might hit that shit in the bathroom at the club. You hear me?
Wow.
It be like that sometimes.
I think sooner is better.
That's what I think.
Because at the end of the day, if you make me wait and it's not good, we're not going to have
I'm
a
breaking up.
cohesive unit going on in our relationship.
I'm
Like,
a
I'm
cheat.
going to cheat on you.
Facts. I'm
You
going
make me-
I mean, at least he's honest. Like,
If you
he's
made
like,
me
don't
wait,
cheat.
you cheated on me before the relationship I have in bad sex.
Facts.
You see what I'm
What?
saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
If me and you date MJ and I wait 6 months, I wait
Ew.
3 months, I
But why would I date you then?
Because I'm a somebody.
You
You trying to be somebody by being with me. So the point I'm trying to make
Aw.
is if I'm dating you and I'm putting this money and time and effort into our relationship, I'm taking Danica out to steak dinners and shit.
Okay, then.
You know what I'm saying?
You doing it
I'm
big.
opening the doors for
Stepdaddy
you
style.
on dates and shit.
I am like over here cracking up in my fucking
I'm
head.
screaming
Like,
internally.
But just imagine if I
the
really
more
did
he
that.
speaks.
But I really do that for a woman I'm trying to take up top. You see what I'm saying? Every
He said
woman don't
take
get
up
that.
top.
After I took you up top, you see what I'm saying? So
So, really quick.
if they're not part of the show, I'm here right now because I'm trying to
No,
finish.
they
Listen.
they are, but go
They're
ahead.
Okay, unless it's Keisha. If it ain't Keisha, I'm here. Now listen.
She doesn't have to
Listen. If you make me wait so long and then the sex is so bad, bro, it's not what I expected. It's like it's almost like that pay-per-view event you waited for. You said I saved that $49.95 for this. How many Tyson fights you pay for?
The knockout was in the first 30 seconds.
Yes.
And you like,
But that's the risk you take, though.
I could have bought some weed with this.
That's just the
$50.
risk you take, I guess.
No.
No,
Well,
hell no.
Because a lot
So
of
you're
women,
not a
a lot of
risk
women are
taker?
trophy girls anyway. Because all the men in the black community know who has the greatest sex.
Because half of these chicks look better than they pussy is.
That's
Like
true.
majority of the chicks that got the good shit, they be the trash looking bitches. Like
Mm.
all
Ain't
the
nobody fucking
all the
me.
bad and all the bad bitches getting fucked too
Yeah.
much. Like
So they stink,
that true?
they stretched out.
What?
Do you feel that way? Or the uglier girls have better sex?
I don't know because I'm not ugly and I don't sleep with girls, so.
That's your opinion.
Right.
Felicia,
I mean,
I'm not even.
you feel like she's ugly? Okay,
I
you don't
can't even
gotta
elaborate.
explain. Do you feel like uglier women have better sex?
Well, it just depends on what you're looking for. I mean, you know, it just depends. That's one of those. It could be borderline either way. You know, it just depends on what you're looking
Boom. Go. Me personally, like a woman better not make me wait because if I gotta wait, I'm gonna mess with your cousin. I'm gonna
What's
mess
wrong
with your
with-
aunt.
What's
where's
Waiting.
your mom?
if you really like the person? What's wrong with waiting?
I
Not
don't,
that
I don't like you enough to
Because-
wait.
Yes, it
Like
costs
I
too
like
much to
you and
wait.
all, but
it costs too much.
Yeah, you ever had to wait for a job? You need that check right
and you
now.
be waiting like damn,
You need that check right then and there, like-
like
Like, why have I went to my orientation yet? That's what it is. Sex is
because
orientation.
Rick's still on the.
It's not an interview. It's
It's an
orientation.
orientation.
Yes.
I don't like orientation.
How long do you feel like you
So-
should wait? If
so-
you really like a guy and you really want to give him sex, how long would you make him wait?
Girls don't ever have to wait.
right.
If we wanted,
just
We can
take
get
it.
it.
Y'all just take
No, it's not.
No,
It's
take
not
it.
even the
That's,
fact
that's
of
some
taking it.
bullshit, though. Don't you think that's some bullshit, though, Flair?
I mean, it all depends on the woman.
That's true too. That's true too. Because some of the ones that
Like,
I'm
not obligated. I'm not obligated to wait. That's the thing.
But how long is
it really just depends on the mood and the feeling. It's like it's one of those. It's like a fine line with that. You know, if them two people are feeling each other and it's a mood and you can feel their body language and that's what the two people want to do, then hey, they're gonna go for it. But so it's not really a certain time. It's just the two people that, you know, in general, you can sense a body language from a woman if that's what they want to do. So yeah,
well, that's crazy. Then the body language from most women that I knew, if they ain't give me no poom poom, they definitely gave me some head on the first day. So
he is so
their body language was
with them after they
couple hours. Couple hours, like just a couple hours. Like my game is so strong.
I was gonna say like my baby mom. Like I thought he was gonna say that.
I don't count neither one of them bitches.
Don't make her come up here.
She love me. She like me more than she like me.
She definitely do. Cause I don't like her. I don't even know how I get it.
What's your relationship topic?
I want to know why do people period like why do they? No, I got a question. What is the time limit on responding to somebody that you either talking to, dating, having sex with? Like because some people, you know, when you start once you hit it, some people feel like soon as they call, you gotta answer that call. Or as soon as they text you right now, you gotta answer that text right now. And like people that got iPhones, it lets you know when the motherfucker read your shit. So some of these people get pissed like, so you read my shit at 3:05 and you just responded my shit at Thursday at 12:05. Like, well, bitch, I was busy with your mom. So why would you try to fuck up what we got going on? But I do really want to know, like, what is the time limit? Like,
ring the bell.
Yeah, just ring the bell on that one.
Ring the bell.
Yeah,
a lot of times women do mess up by being too aggressive.
Yeah, like you ain't hit me yet, right?
What I have learned in life, if you act like you don't want something, it's there.
Right.
Once you start acting like you care and start getting anal about shit, it's gone.
Yeah.
And that's in any aspect in life.
Yeah.
Relationships, jobs,
What I learned in life is if a woman is too aggressive, I don't like her.
Me neither.
But the funny part is, it might be me. I might be a little slow because I don't trust a woman that I gotta holler at. Like if she holler at me, that's when I talk to her. But if she's aggressive after that, I know she like me, but it's kind of a turn off.
I just don't. No, I don't like that.
Like, don't be trying to get me between your legs.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah,
like it's almost like you're trying to give me chlamydia.
Yeah,
you want to trick me.
I'm running.
Like you want to do something to that nature that is very disrespectful to my well-being.
Yeah.
What?
No, that's for real.
No, I feel it, but no, I respond to messages when I feel like it.
You can't do that.
Not,
even if
I can.
So if
and
he
I
hit
will,
it, so if
and
he
I
hit
do.
it last
Everybody
night, if he hit it last night, and he texts you good morning, you went.
I might not get that.
At 8:05, and he know you up. Your green light on Facebook. You done made a good morning status. No,
yeah, you are.
Somebody spoke to him. He said somebody had an iPhone.
This is what I get a lot. Like, you nasty motherfucker. I know your bitch ass was up because your green light was on. Like, bitch, it was on because I might have been live when I was fucking a bitch or something like that.
You know,
and sometimes the green light be on and you don't even be on Facebook. So motherfuckers do take that too. That's how
Can I ask y'all a question? So somebody questioned me about that. So when I get an inbox, I didn't look at it, but it's showing as green. I'm not on Facebook.
Because your phone's on.
So
what kind of shit? So they setting you up, basically. Facebook setting niggas up.
They've been doing that. Failure. They've been doing that. I realized that when I lost my job, and all of a sudden, all these job postings came up. Like,
how y'all know?
How did it know?
Right.
like that's what it does. Like if you lose your job, a bunch of job postings come up. When you say I moved, a bunch of people selling furniture. Apartments is like it just comes up. Like it's something about go on Facebook right now and go to your marketplace.
You announced that you lost your job?
Nah, it was just an example. See what I'm saying? My point is, my point is like it's something about the I don't even want to say the keywords. It's like your feelings of the your statuses.
It do, because even Google be like that. I
didn't know Google done it, but I know Facebook for sure does it.
Like it be seeming like whatever I'm thinking, as soon as I type in the first letter, I be like, how you know? How you know I was talking about these little bitches and these little whores? Or whatever I'm thinking about, like as soon as I type in the first letter, a whole bunch of crazy shit that I probably my weird crazy ass was thinking of pop up. And I'm like, hold up. Is these motherfuckers really watching me? So that's what kind of made me scared to get that motherfucking iPhone, because I started thinking that Trump was out here watching.
It ain't just iPhone, it's the internet, period.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? But like, go on your Facebook today and just scroll down. Keep scrolling, look at people's stuff.
You know, start seeing shit you
everything that you said about your feelings today is gonna come up. It's gonna come up. Everybody's having a bad day. It's because you had a bad day.
I don't think
it's because you had a bad day.
You never thought about it. That's why you're not
That's
agreeing.
like when you go to church and you think the pastor.
Exactly. That's what it does. That's really what it's doing.
But he's not talking about you.
Yes, he is. If he's touching a point, because everybody takes the word a different way. You know what I'm saying? But go on your Facebook, put a status up, and I bet any amount of money, everything you scroll down is gonna be shit related to yours.
That's some bullshit.
All I see is
I'm on Facebook more than you. I don't say
He probably is.
I am. I'm on there a lot. I just don't comment. I'm just saying. Trust me. Go on there.
That's creepy.
Algorithms
That's
are a
creepy.
thing.
Yeah.
Who?
Algorithms.
What the fuck is that?
That's some college shit.
It's like a demographic of what you talk about.
It's like your cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
When you have conversations, when you make a post, or even when you search
all
something,
of the material.
All of that is being shared, and it will show up on your Instagram. You don't even have to put it on social media. It could just be as simple as me and Fred talking, or I just say, hey, let me look up this on Google. Like, it's like that information is shared to like anything that you are connected to.
Yeah.
And that's where you see your advertisements and things of that nature. This is what.
So they trying to sound alcoholic, because every time I'm on Instagram, all these little little sponsors keep popping up. And I'm just like, damn, like, do I drink that much?
That's what it does.
Yeah.
Okay. So
let somebody say men ain't shit. And then you're gonna see every status about women disrespecting men. It's been doing that.
Mine doesn't do
you
that.
didn't pay attention to it. It's doing it. You just didn't pay attention. Or it could be where your brain is set up.
Bitches with cats. I don't even like cats. So.
How many bitches with cats is it though?
Like a bunch of them.
Okay, then that's why they're doing it. Because you don't like cats.
They know you don't like cats.
I don't ever say anything about
it. You're getting bad. You're just cyber bullied.
Cyberbullying about cats. Ain't that a bitch?
Then.
Right.
That was riveting.
Right.
I'm just saying. At the end of the day, I never realized it done that until I just really looked like that. Why is it showing all this? Like, I didn't tell nobody. It knows.
You don't have to.
It knows.
It knows everything.
I'm getting tired of though, like, well, since we on social media, I'm getting tired of people like that post a lot. Why do they always have like 9 different emotions in like 3 minutes? You ever realize your friends do that? Your friends do that, MJ?
No, they don't.
How many times? Well, you got a friend that posts too fucking much.
Oh.
He actually
saying,
like, don't you know you do?
Don't act like all your friends.
Oh no, like
that one friend. Every time you get on, you like, damn.
You know what?
They'll talk about funeral. They'll talk about a wedding. They'll talk about.
I have my brain trained in such a way to where it's like I skip through a lot of BS.
Right.
Like I don't even. It's almost like speed reading. Like I'm able to like pick out like certain types of things and then whether or not I want to deal with it. Don't ask me like who posted it or whatever, but it's like, yeah, I'd scroll through a lot of BS.
I do too, because I get a lot of I'm eating pancakes.
It's like no one cares.
I'm buying deodorant.
Choke on your pancakes.
I'm buying deodorant.
I got some boring ass friends. My friends is hoes.
I mean, birds of a feather flock together. Sure you did. Sure you did. Listen, y'all, we're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back.
I think I'm still a hoe, y'all.
This computer fucked up.
Y'all,
This computer's fucked up.
y'all, what I literally said in the meeting, like literally just went out the window.
Hey, how many curse words do y'all want us to say?
We can't. It's way. We gotta be able to
It's
find a way.
excessive, that's the problem.
to
We gotta
express.
expand the vocabulary.
Right. We're trying to get picked
Got
up. We're trying to get that money. We can't have
This
all.
damn computer
All right,
fucking
got
locked
it.
up.
What's the end?
Cool, but I mean, some of these big stations is cussing. They saying some shit that we say, bitches and all of that. Maybe not as much, but they still use some of the words we say.
This computer is messed up. That's why I can't play the song shit. This computer is broken. I can't even get over there. Look.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you supposed to be able to move from that one.
This one. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why it's so quiet. The topic sounds dry when it's complaining about it. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It's locked up.
Yeah, where's this?
I'm gonna go through 9:35 and 9:45. We'll play one song and then we're gonna do the last segment. Yeah, simmer down on the cusp. We're trying to see, we're gonna see if the ratings go up by y'all can cuss, but don't do it.
I know the girls look some, all of them are come, cause the one of them want this baby. I told you once and I told you twice that I am the girls, them sugar. No, the girls are not top me and the girls are not rush me because they're not driving the beamer. And the girls them flavor, I'm a much flavor. I am the helper, no helper. And a girl like watcher, I want to be here. And this is when you need to your friend, simmer. Pass me the keys to my bimmer. Oh my, the girls them sugar.
Alright, this computer is locked up. The computer on the right is locked up. Bring it in, buddy.
Yes, we're here at WTMH Radio, and you're here with me, Shanice Goldie, with the Golden Truth. And I got a topic for y'all. Now I can hear myself. I couldn't hear shit I was saying just now.
I was gonna say,
I felt like
I couldn't hear you.
an old ass man just now. I couldn't hear shit. So, relationships. I had looked at a post and it brought something, it sparked something. The post was about threesomes and babies in relationships. Did you see that?
Just shared it.
Okay. So
Did you see it on my page?
I shared it.
Shared
I stole it off of somebody's shit.
It was probably me.
So I have like I have a friend who is a newlywed.
Uh-huh.
She came up to me. She's like, all right. She was like, we need to spice things up. They've only been together, keep in mind, I think about 6 months.
Right.
Which I think is weird. Like that's still like the honeymoon stage, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wait. So they've only been married
For 6 months.
Okay, gotcha.
So they need to spice things up.
Uh-huh.
So she was saying that they were going to go out. They had this thing planned in one
Let me go over there.
They were supposed to do this role play where she and him are going to act like they know each other.
Okay.
And they're having someone come along with them. they're all acting like they don't know each other. This is a part of the fantasy.
Gotcha.
So they're supposed to be doing this, having their little threesome or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I personally don't agree with that shit. I don't think that them bringing somebody into their marriage would help them spice things up. I think that it would open another door.
It's going to.
It'll be fun that night for them, probably. I'm sure. But
It's all fun and games until your mate is
Right.
in bed with that third party.
right,
Without
My
you.
mate was sleeping.
Would you be
I
upset
walked
if she
in.
slept with another dude?
that's
Nope.
just what I
just go
was.
sleep with somebody that really hurt her feelings. Like,
He said that 2 times. I think that he's fucking people's moms.
the MF word, that's me. No, I do though. I do. But
Anywho, I don't think that it's a good idea to go ahead and have a threesome. I think that would open up, that will allow both of you to be able to do your own thing.
Right.
not continuous. You can, I mean, like maybe once to spice it up because you can. I mean, you got to do different stuff. So you do want to have fun. You can't make that something that you're doing all the time
Right.
because I feel like that's when it turned into the person really liking it way too much, and then it turned into like that's when they might mess around and creep behind your back. But if you do it once and then you try something else, because that might not be for y'all, what spice it up for real. Y'all might have just tried it and that wasn't it. So you just gonna keep exploring until you figure out what's making y'all happy.
Right.
What if your husband suggests that to you? Okay, after we had this little discussion, me and her, I told her I didn't think it was a good idea. I said, I don't think that would spice things up. I'm guilty because I did tell her, like, maybe a baby. They're married though.
Woo!
This is different.
Okay. Babies add stress though.
That don't
But
spice
they're
it up.
married and
Right.
they do want
No,
next to
but
it, little, right?
it's still, it adds stress. Like if they think that
they need to
that they
work.
have a void or
Yeah.
something like that, that needs to be filled.
What now?
Do not create another.
And that
human.
was me being
Turn the volume
insensitive.
down.
Like I think I
You
was.
might want to.
I don't. But
No, I get it, but it's like I don't advocate
I think that
for populating the earth. If
Just forget it, man.
if you don't
you
mean it,
feel right. I mean, it's just like it's one thing when it's like, oh my God, like we've been trying for like such a long time. Definitely would not suggest it for. There's something missing. Like
Let's
we
have a
need
baby.
to spice up the relationship. Babies are hard. Being pregnant is hard. Having someone else with you while they deal with your emotional BS is hard. When the sleepless nights are hard. Like operating on, a couple of hours of sleep. When you're used to getting like that 6 to 8 hours of sleep, and then now you're reduced to like maybe 3 hours in a night.
so
Change a lot.
It does. It changes your life, and you are not
we talked
a
about
happy
it.
person.
Yeah, we talked about it. She went back to him and told him she didn't want to do it. She didn't want to have the threesome.
Okay.
So after that, she got some backlash from him.
He wanted that. That's because he wanted it.
Mhm.
That was his fantasy.
So if that's out of her comfort zone, and I think that it's so important to kind of talk about these things, even prior to getting married or even prior to having sex, it's like, listen, this is what my comfort zone is. These are my list of no's, but this is also my list of yeses. This is what I've always been curious about or wanted to try.
And then before all that, make sure you're with the person. You're with a person, you're that person's type, or you're with that person.
Right.
If you're not, none of that shit, none of
It matters. None of it. The chemistry ain't there. Just ain't there.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I've tried to force it.
I see y'all need me on
With
this
someone-
segment because that sound a little dry.
That's
I was gonna
That's
let y'all
because
do
we
the
don't have
segment.
background.
Right.
I was gonna let y'all do your
That's
little
because
segment,
we
but
don't have
I'm
background.
gonna get back on here because I want to hear the energy right now. You know what I'm saying? Ask me the question.
Do you think, okay, say you're with someone, you're in a relationship,
Mm.
do you
Whatever.
and the relationship is failing? Do you think
Failing
that
or failing?
failing, FAILING?
That's how you say failing? Failing.
That's
Failing.
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 I say failing.
It's like saying wash. I'm washed.
Felon
No, I don't have to
is
say
Jeffy.
war. I don't say shocking stings. I don't say Chicago. Go ahead.
Chicago.
Yeah, so some other people say Chicago. Scotty Pittman plays for Chicago. Like, no, he doesn't. I never heard of him.
Right.
Okay.
No, say that you're with somebody, you're in a committed relationship, possibly even married. It might happen. So you're with this person, things seem like they're going down, like they're failing. Would you think that having a threesome or having another child, would that be something that you would be up for to spice it up? And
Or
do you
fix.
think that fixes anything, I should say?
I don't know, neither one.
I don't.
I think relationships fail because the person doesn't know the anatomy of the relationship. Meaning, like, they don't know what they should know in a relationship to keep it spiced up anyway. Like, I shouldn't have to do something I shouldn't have to, like, spend more money to make you happy. I shouldn't have to, like, risk your body to make you happy. You see what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like, I'm not going to have a threesome to spice it up. I'm going to have a threesome with someone else. and make me feel better when I go home.
You know what?
So basically, so you're gonna cheat on your mate.
Exactly.
Two other
Gotcha.
people.
Yeah.
With more people.
Yeah.
So you're putting her body at risk.
Exactly. Why would I put her body at risk of getting burned or
You shake
her?
your head.
Listen, like, you got to think about things like this because most
Does
men,
anybody hear this?
97% of men cheat anyway, mentally or physically.
So why not it be two people that?
Why would you have a threesome if your sex wasn't good? Fucked up the
Nobody
relationship
said
anyway.
nobody said that.
Don't
the
say
sex
that
was
the
bad.
sex was bad.
It has to be if the relationship ain't working.
No, I
Only
know some
time
people that fuck like rabbits, but they just don't get along. Like everything
I'm
else
a
is
man.
fucked up. All they
You
do.
don't have a penis. The new narcissistic MJ shit. You don't have a penis. Okay? So at the end of the day, you see what I'm saying? If your sex is not good, you see what I'm saying? I'm gonna cheat. There's nothing you can do to spice up the relationship.
Because your shit's
Then why
never
even be in
sound
the relationship then? Like that doesn't make sense.
Because it's a safety net.
It's a convenience.
No one wants to come home alone.
to an empty house.
No one wants.
Empty bed.
I do it. I agree. I've seen a lot of relationships like that. Like you were just with someone because
Threesomes
you're
are fun.
lonely.
But threesomes are fun. Like, it has to be a freak. Like, you know how many times men, like, that's the first thing a man thinks about is a threesome. Like, we want that.
But
We love that. But it's got to be chemistry between you, her, and the other girl.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, you can't just pick a random girl that you used to mess with or a girl that just say, I like the way your girlfriend looks. That don't make it good because that girl can have bad sex too.
I never put this much thought into it.
Y'all must never have threesomes.
I haven't.
I have.
I've had plenty. What? I'm just being
What do you say?
honest.
You had a threesome before?
No, sir, I can't say that I have. I can't even say that.
You haven't?
No, I haven't.
He ain't get a lot of
Oh,
I haven't done it. I haven't been able to.
just in the last 6 months. Like,
Is
Like,
that
never-
something that
never-
you even want?
I mean, if the mate is the main thing, if I were to do that, I would let her choose so that she would feel
That's kind of not what I
so
asked
that-
you, but
What you
See,
say?
the last-
And that's when it don't
Is that
work out.
something that
The last
you
one I
want,
had-
though?
I mean, of course, that's every man's desire, you know, as far as that. But
You know, it sound like it was yours.
I'm just saying that, you know, if me and the mate, we talk about it, and that's something that we can both agree on. And say, hey, look, let's try this, try to do something different.
Right.
You let them pick the girl, so that they feel comfortable with it, and then that way you're good.
It doesn't work out like that.
It don't because I'm gonna be honest. The last person that I dated, when we talked about that, she was like, "You pick it. You pick the chick because you got all the hoes." But I'm like, me personally myself, because I'm gonna be honest, I got a lot of hoes. So I was like, when I do that, it's always, if I pull it into my relationship, it's always gonna be with somebody that I never messed around with before. Because if it's somebody that you messed around with before, if they liked it, it could initially bring problems. So I always was like, well, maybe if the chick find a person, then it'd be a little easier. But then I realized, well, then well, that make it seem like maybe she just wanted to do it because she thought that was gonna please me because she agreed to find. She wanted me to find somebody that I agreed to have sex with, and she did, but she wouldn't go out and look for nobody. You feel me? Like
Right.
I'm like, well, look, if you know some little
But
chicks,
you really don't want it.
and you said you've done it before, but she brought it to my attention.
But you really don't
But
want
like
it.
I said, now that I think about it, maybe she was just thinking like, maybe this guy, he ain't interested no more. So maybe I need to turn it up a notch. So that could have been what it was.
What's something for the ladies? What's something you can do outside of having a threesome or getting pregnant at a spicy
Turn it up.
relationship? Because I'm gonna tell you, they're all wrong answers before you even fucking answer. What is it, MJ?
I don't know because I'm not in one.
You're not in a relationship.
No.
Oh wow, silent Vago. Okay.
Yeah.
Where'd he go?
Don't worry about it. You're silent
Finito.
anyway. Okay,
Right.
MJ.
It's finito.
I mean, Goldie, what's something you can do besides follow that mic like you just doing?
She was.
She
What is
was
she? She was. She was. I was like, wow, she's amazing. I gotta call her.
That's one thing you can do. Another thing, like just be opposite. Just do something out of the norm. People don't like the same
Like what?
thing.
What causes relationships though to like being?
Just getting too comfortable.
That's
Yeah.
exactly.
You know what I think it is? I think having a
Lazy.
consistent pattern, having a
Laziness.
consistent pattern in this relationship. I think it's the woman's fault, honestly. And it's not because I'm a man.
Yeah.
Women, I think they get mad. Like y'all are more drawn. Like, okay, if I don't get you as a good Valentine's gift as your girlfriend got, you like kind of mad at me right now. Say you're not. Say your girlfriend, she gets a bunch of fucking balloons, a big ass bear, and a new car,
And everything came to
and it came to the job. All I got you was babe, you know I get paid Friday. I got you. Men don't do that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? That's why I say it's always the woman's fault because emotionally, y'all can cheat and get away with it.
That's a lie. Like
That's a whole lie.
no.
Hey.
Hey, all the listeners and viewers, watch how silly they sound. Go ahead. How's that a lie?
We get
You wait till Friday to get a
immediately-
gift, and your girlfriend got a whole fucking teddy bear that don't fit in her car, and she asks, "Can you put it in your hatchback?"
Because she don't want to put it in her two-door Mustang.
Yeah, I just want to leave it here. Like,
why would you want to leave it?
but you didn't get anything.
Till next Friday.
Men don't go through
I'm
that.
such a.
We don't
And
ask
this
what
is
you
what's
get
so
for your
messed
wedding.
up. Like, this is what is so messed up about me. I don't get overly excited. Like, I bullshit you not. I do not get overly excited about things like, what are you going to give me for Christmas? What are you going to give me for my birthday? What are you going to give me for Christmas? Like, I don't get excited about that. Like, it doesn't bother me. It's just like, okay, so her husband may have the means to do that.
So if he don't get you shit, you cool.
I'm okay with it because I don't push the issue. Like, I just don't. It's just like, if you do, that's so dope. But I'm not going to be like,
I don't believe
you
that.
have to give me something.
I don't believe that.
MJ, you're lying.
Listen, y'all better ask about me. Seriously.
You're lying.
That's why your mic ain't working.
I know, it's fucked up. The whole thing is fucked up.
No, but I mean, that's just how I am. It's just, I'm so indifferent about a lot of things. And that's probably why a lot of times, like, my relationships don't go very well. It's because I'm so unbothered.
Your relationships don't work because you're an Aquarius. We don't give a fuck.
We don't care. Like, it's not that I don't
give
care.
a fudge about feelings or coddling. Like, we just want you there. We want to know you're there and that you're okay.
That's all
But
that
we
matters
don't
to me.
have to run up behind you or call you constantly. Who are you with?
I don't do that either.
Like,
I'm
we
a
don't do
person.
that.
I'll be like, you
See,
could
I'm
be
a
my
Pisces,
girlfriend.
so we're that warm and loving preacher and warm, the water habits that everybody loves us. So we don't go through those issues.
That's not true.
I was gonna say I didn't know everybody loved Pisces.
We love
I thought it was everybody loved
I don't even
Pisces
know no
because
We're laid back.
we're so laid back. Like, we try to get along with everybody. No, but
It's like dating your brother.
But I've had
no homo.
But I've had guys tell me that part of the reason why the relationship didn't work out is because I come off so detached. I'm like, oh.
Yeah, I don't like a chick that seems like she don't care.
And it's not that I don't care. That's what's so messy.
Yeah, but you gotta make it seem like you care. Like even if you don't, if you make it seem
I
can't
fake
cool
it.
enough.
I
That's the
can't fake
thing
it.
that going back to what MJ was saying. Like she try to act like she doesn't care if a man doesn't. She's fucking lying.
Lying.
I know.
Wow.
So at the end of the day, like if one of your girlfriends asks you what you got for your birthday, he got you nothing. You say, "Oh, this broke ass ain't give me shit," but you know, that's what you do. That's how you are.
Like you ain't gonna make it like how they gonna sound, but you still going. You
spreaded the word he wasn't shit.
Right.
Like,
And I'm going to cuss right there because you spreaded the word he ain't shit.
But also me, I didn't ask for anything, so he didn't give me anything.
You don't.
That's
Most
also
women
me.
don't. Y'all indecisive about everything.
Right.
Y'all don't know what y'all want to eat. Y'all don't know what y'all want to have.
I literally just said what I wanted to eat after the show. Like I
That's good.
literally
That's fine. And
just-
then when you get in the car, you're gonna be like, "I wish KFC."
That's
what
what
you
they
do.
do. That is what they do.
That's what y'all do. That's women. Y'all
That is
indecisive.
so trash.
Or you be like, where you want to go? And then as soon as she tell you this, by the time y'all get in it, like you said, by the time you get in the car and you on
All
your way
lies.
to this spot, she like,
All
you know
lies.
what? I really didn't have a taste for that.
Yeah.
I really want to.
Or if they messed up the order, I told you we should have never been here.
Right.
Well, no.
That's all women. It's not just you. We're not just getting on you. It's all women. All. Everybody with a clitoris.
I hate you. It's not even that. It's just I do come off detached. It's not that I don't care. I do care. I just don't
So why
show it in the way.
Care?
And,
You're
this is the
contradicting
thing.
yourself.
A lot of things. Okay, listen. For me and how I am, because I don't ask for a lot, I don't care whether or not I get gifted with anything. The acknowledgement, that's all I need. All you got to say is happy birthday to me. And I'm like,
No, don't say happy birthday. That's a different story.
right. Don't say happy birthday, but you don't have to like come with like, you know, like $2,000 worth of gifts or
I want to believe you, MJ, but I just can see you like
going on.
Exactly.
You didn't. Are you serious?
As soon as the first argument comes, you didn't even give me none of my birthday, you broke ass. Whatever.
Right.
Bro,
lies. All lies.
I didn't see her
All
do
lies.
it.
I believe it.
No,
I
you
want to
push
believe
me.
her.
No, you push
Like
me.
I
to
ain't
the
never been
particular
cussed out
point.
by a cornball. Like you ever like got cussed out by somebody that don't cuss? Like that's like you feel like stupid.
You
after
really
it.
feel like a
I
dumbass.
know.
Excuse my language, but
Yeah, you're a dumbass.
like
Why? Because their vocabulary is more expensive.
no, it's just the way they sound when they say
It's not nothing about vocabulary because you using big words ain't gonna make me rich. But at the end of the day,
And who are y'all talking about? Her mouth is not
exactly. But my
filthy.
point is, people
And
that
I kiss my mother with this mouth.
it's okay, it's fine to daddy, but at the end of the day, like, don't sit here and act like
Well, no, and that's the thing. It's like, okay,
if you chose that man to be your man, he should be your man.
he should be.
Financially,
But I'm not
emotionally,
gonna
and
be
physically.
pissed off if he didn't give me, especially if I didn't ask for anything. Especially if I didn't ask.
But you know, that's
So-
what women, we don't do.
I be lying, man. I be live on camera, live.
lie,
That's what women do.
lie.
You can dead ass
That's
interview
that
one
is
of my
what y'all do.
boyfriends.
Lie.
You can dead ass interview one of my ex boyfriends.
Freddie J, have you ever got a woman and you've been in a relationship, man? You ever got a woman nothing for Christmas?
Or any holiday.
No, I can't say that. That's one thing I can't say that I have.
Why?
No, because I mean that's just what is always depends on the type of female that you go into a relationship. You know, you find that out real early in a relationship.
She say, I don't want nothing. I don't need nothing.
That's just something they're saying to say. I
What's
don't
a
want
good
nothing,
gift?
but they want you to get something.
What's a good gift for someone that don't want nothing?
Money.
Money.
How much?
I'm gonna give you a
Money or gift card.
Gift card.
No,
back.
you can
Gift
just
card back.
I
You
give them
can
an empty
sell me.
card, and that's all you see. If
just sell
the-
me
if
like
the thought really
$200.
matters.
Right.
As if
I'm
I ain't
cool
put
with
that
that.
in
like
the
to
car
shop.
and
They like
you
to
get
go
an
shop.
attitude,
So.
the thought didn't really matter to you. You really wanted to see when you opened up that card if a couple of 20s was about to drop.
You said a couple.
I even had-
You said $40.
Like I had a boyfriend who like whenever, you know, there was like a gift giving holiday, like he would just like take me somewhere shopping. He'll just be like, just pick out whatever. And it would be like the longest trip ever because I'd be like, I I don't know.
Because you ain't know how.
Because you're indecisive. I just said that.
Well, no, because it's just like, okay, well, I don't
limit?
really like need anything. Like it's just stupid shit, and I ended up getting.
You don't think
like
that anybody could fulfill that?
What
For you? You don't think that people?
I just
maybe that's why I don't ask for.
I don't.
Maybe that's why I
my
don't ask for a whole lot. I mean, my dad, he has done so much for me, and it's like I'm his baby, and I think that that's probably why I don't ask for much, like, you know, outside of my, you know.
Y'all missed the whole point of what the fuck she just said. Her dialogue is all fucked up. I'm sober right now, okay? You just said I don't want anything.
I don't ask for anything.
The best, you basically said the best guy that you was fucking with right now.
I never said that.
No, not in those words. But you said when you go, okay, when you want something, when you finally decided what you want, it's money, right? Yeah, and the guy said, get what you want.
Right.
That don't sound like gold digger and shit right there?
No,
so you mean to tell me you okay with a nigga that's fucked up and broke?
That's not the reason why.
Are you okay with a nigga that's fucked up and broke?
No, he's got to be in the same tax bracket or be or better.
Okay, so if he say I don't get paid till Friday, why you say it was okay early?
What do you mean if it was okay? I didn't, if I'm not asking for anything.
I'm done.
Then be done. If I'm not asking for anything, like I'm a little unclear. It's just like if I don't ask for anything, I didn't say, hey, I want this for Valentine's Day, or
obligated to get anything.
That he's not obligated to get me anything.
And that's okay in a relationship? That he can't afford to
It's okay for her in a relationship.
It's fine for me.
It's different with everybody.
Freddie J, is that a lie? Freddie J, is that a lie?
Affordability.
Freddie J, is that a lie?
It all depends on the woman who you date.
If you was dating MJ and they give her a gift, you mean to tell me that wouldn't be a lie? Are you gonna be a little insecure in your skin that you didn't get your baby MJ something?
But see, I'm not cut like that. I'm
gonna ask you that. You know, say you fucked up for that week.
I can't elaborate on that.
I mean, but come to think of it, like I even had guys like, you know, that were just like, well, hey, I can't do it this week, but I can take you out next weekend, and we went out.
And
I went out that weekend with my dude.
But within that week, you entertained another guy. Like
I did.
Just
what?
Because you was like, you know what? He ain't.
We know.
Hey, look at her.
Asking me that. Like, how did you know? Did
so
you see my
didn't.
status?
So you never entertained another guy because of
Red Lobster?
Let me know when y'all done. Y'all done?
MJ,
you ain't answered.
And we talked about this earlier. You already told me stories. And I know a story in my head right now that you said this.
What, that I slept with somebody
No,
else?
ain't nothing about sleeping with somebody. It was the motherfucker didn't entertain you for your birthday, and you was out with someone else, and they sent you all out.
That wasn't even
the that on the show. No, you said that on the show.
Hold on. First of all, that was not the story. This guy had, listen, so this guy that I knew, we had been friends for like some years. Like we ran in the same circle. He never revealed to me like, hey, I like you. I want to take you out, whatever. So I'm not obligated to sit here and wait on you to say something to me about, hey, let me take you out for your birthday.
Did you know he liked you though?
Huh?
Did you know he liked you?
No, because he never said anything. He didn't express anything. There was nothing that said to me, you know what, I think this guy likes me. So a guy that I was talking to at the time, he said, hey, I want to take you out for your birthday. We went to the Funny Bone. We went to Bar Louie after. Yeah. The dude that liked me saw me there, caught an attitude, wished me happy birthday, like gave me a dry ass happy birthday, like on the day. And then like a couple of months later, he was like, you know that I was mad at you because I saw you out. And I'm like,
she right.
But you didn't.
That's how she goes.
I'm like, but you never said anything.
I was trying to catch her up with some shit. That's
right. And I'm like, but you never said to me.
That was that voice though when she was talking about guys.
I want to know though, MJ though,
yes.
is there a difference between being consistent and thirsty?
No.
The same thing?
No, it's not the same thing.
Why you say yes?
You said yeah.
Are you okay?
I said no.
You said
it's not the same
being consistent and thirsty.
And you said
it's like be consistent. Like what does thirsty have to do with being?
Is that the same thing as thirsty?
Because some people
thirsty is subjective. I'll say that.
Because
no, I'm not saying like dick pics and shit like that.
No,
I'm saying as far as like I'm always calling you, I'm always
texting you, like
things like that.
I'll just be like, can you not?
But then when we
Like,
don't
you don't
do
have
it,
to-
then it's not.
You don't have to call
We
me
don't really.
every.
But when we don't do it, oh, you busy? You ain't hit me.
That's the other guy.
Like what
The one that seen her at the funny bone.
Yeah, like.
Yeah, that was
Hey,
that
quit
guy.
branding people.
Branding?
Yeah, you've been branding people a lot.
A lot.
Who was it I branded?
The funny bone.
Oh,
They pay
yeah.
you? Yeah,
No,
exactly.
they didn't.
Don't contradict yourself.
Whatever.
Freddie J,
What's happening?
you believe this stuff MJ is saying?
Hey, man, if it comes out the lady's mouth, hey, you gotta believe what they say.
No.
You gotta believe.
No.
He right in with her.
Man.
614-781-0754. When we come back, we're gonna have our final thoughts. Y'all with that? Y'all ready?
Yep.
Let's see what song I want to play. Let me go through this.
We should just do a drop.
A drop?
It's 10 o'clock, yeah.
Is it already?
It's 10.
That's so hard.
I know. We gotta be done on time.
Freddie J, you got a final?
Nah, I'm good. I didn't even come out. I didn't have one. Nope.
You ain't got no finals? You good? You don't want to give a shout out to your daughters?
Nothing. You ain't got no friends?
Oh,
Dang.
yeah.
I'm a
Oh man, we got a little something.
Well, what you got?
Oh man, final, gotta give all, shout outs to the babies, daughters, 7 to 9, hey, they doing their thing. Keep me busy, keep me grinding, keeping me focused. Shout out to my people over at Central State University, homecoming weekend. It's going down like it always does. Hey man, y'all just stay up, man.
Goldie.
Everybody is cold. Put a coat on tonight, y'all.
It is freezing outside.
Put a coat on.
It's not that cold.
Shout out to my 2 beautiful daughters. Shout out to my mother, my father, my whole family, the James Carter clan. Y'all just be warm tonight. Put a coat on, because I've seen a lot of hoodies.
It is this perfect hoodie weather. Stewie.
Shout out to all the little bitty bitches and little boys that listen to the show each and every Saturday.
Yeah,
We do this
shout out.
each and every Saturday. Shout out to my 2 daughters, my son, and all y'all that's in here. Keep doing y'all's thing. Everybody, all the listeners, keep tuning in. Shout out to my city. Shout out to your city. Shout out to your mom, my mom, and the moms I'm trying to smack.
Oh my
I
God.
heard that play out. Here you go.
Go ahead.
Shout out to my reflection. Without it, none of this is possible. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Narcistic Entertainment. Only called Narcistic Entertainment. You ain't got nothing else to do in life. Other than that, hit the new email for music submissions. That is Narcistic Nation Radio. For follower, you know how to spell it. narcisticnationradio@gmail.com. Also, remember to keep voting. We got the first annual WTMH Radio Award Show, Saturday, 11/10/18. November 10th.
On this Saturday.
We're not going to be airing that night because we're going to be there winning awards.
On that red carpet.
Awards.
We're going to be
with
on
a
that
TRS.
red carpet-ish.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Remember to keep voting, though. The link is on all of our social media pages. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I appreciate everybody that listened. I appreciate everybody in the staff. Shout out to Keisha Monet. Shout out to Freddie J. Shout out to MJ. Shout out to goddamn Cleavage Cavalier.
He said, yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Golden Truth. You know what I'm saying? Dopey. Shout out to Stewie. Shout out to everybody. You know what I'm saying? Crib Genius. Shout out to my niece Ophelia Smith. You know what I'm saying? She was
Baby Fifi. Congrats, Uncle Flair.
Uncle Flair in this bitch.
Thank you very much.
In this biz night.
Do right by that baby.
And stop being nasty. You cannot keep promoting nastiness. And you an uncle.
Oh, I know
Right,
you
you
are.
are uncle.
You a whole dad out here while you talking.
It don't-
This nigga's calling me disgusting.
Listen,
you know?
yeah, my kids
Can I
or
tell
my
you about
niece
that?
never called me disgusting. My 3-year-old niece was watching this man on live and was like, "You're disgusting."
She said, it's his sister said, like, your Uncle Flair is on here. She's like, hey, Flair, you're disgusting.
Wow.
And she pointed at him.
She pointed at the screen like she was
looking
leaving.
at you. I was like,
My
she
heart
met-
started beating so fast. I'm like, oh my God, I'm glad I'm not going to
I
ask.
said she met him personally. She had to
She
watch.
never met
She
him.
must have been upstairs in her room
Nah,
on her
that
iPad,
comes
and
from
she
you
probably
hating on
just got on YouTube. My
She
sister
probably
probably
did.
accidentally didn't
Nah.
put it on kids.
You know
We
that-
took kids too, and she probably watched this.
No, it's because they watch the show. And you be hating on me when I'm not around.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna take his crown. Like you watch soap operas, you want to be Dollar Bill so bad.
Dollar Bill, big bad dollar bill.
Yeah, that's what you want to be so bad. But like I said, I appreciate everybody that's been voting. Keep voting every day.
Every day.
I'm humbled by this because I didn't nominate myself. I've always been a person that felt like I'm not gonna beg, I'm not gonna ask for anything. I get it how I get it. You see what I'm saying? If I don't get it, then I starve or take somebody else
out the blood.
I've always been like that. But when I seen the list, I said, oh shit, I'm nominated for Narcistic Nation. That's what's up right there. And somebody else said, I also voted for you DJ of the year. I said, what? I seen it. I was like, oh, we gotta start a campaign. You know what I mean? It's going down now because I feel like we've been done enough for the community and the culture that we should be accepted. Even if we don't get it, I'm just happy and humbled that we were not.
We've been recognized.
Because it's just because it's WTMH, it's 15 shows on this station.
Right.
It's only 2 shows that's recognized for WTMH, and I feel
that's dope.
I feel grateful for that.
You hear me?
That's dope.
Yeah, I did it for a long time. You know what I'm saying? I don't hate nobody before me. I just feel like I elevated this motherfucker for real. You know what I'm saying? I do what I want. Always did. I've been on this motherfucker every week.
Every week.
If you can find me, you can look on YouTube when I joined WTMH. But like I said, I finally got a team around me that's supportive, and I'm gonna do what I can to make sure we get where we need to be. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
With that being said, Cleveland's Cavaliers. You got anything you just want to say?
No, they don't want to say anything, but I do want to say shout out to my mom and my dad. I talked to them earlier today. They're great. Shout out to my kid.
What they eat for dinner? Those people always want to tell you what they ate for dinner.
I don't know, but my dad, my dad said that that he went golfing the last time that they had 80 degree weather. He said that one of his friends was trying to get him to go out hunting with him, but he said it was too cold. So, you know, my dad's got arthritis, so he definitely doesn't want to be out in the cold.
Hey, one of my white friends wanted to go voting with.
Voting?
You wanted to go? Nah, fucking. I want to go around table.
Yes, he wanted to go voting with you.
Nah, he actually wanted to go hunting me, man. I didn't trust this nigga. Like, he's a white man, but I didn't trust him because I was like, I'm the darkest man. You got one of your homeboys want to shoot at the bear. I'm not going out there.
You are brown, so.
There's a girl at my job. She's so funny. Bless her heart. But they've got land, and she's like, yeah. She was just like, you can come out and go bear hunting with us and stuff like that. Like, girl, I ain't trying to be hung up in somebody's barn somewhere. But
before we jump into your finals, I got one more thing. Next week, the Mafia, Ashtabula, Ohio, will be in the motherfucking building. We're dropping a mixtape release party for it next week, so make sure y'all tune in. Or tune in, WTMH Radio, YouTube /WTMH Radio.
But yeah, shout out to my parents, shout out to my kid, shout out to everyone who has participated, liked, shared, continue to do so. Again, don't forget to vote for Best Internet Radio Show and Flair for Best Radio DJ. I mean, yeah, whatever, but you know, I would greatly appreciate it if you guys helped us bring this award home. Also, I've got an event coming up called the Friendsgiving Festival. It is November 17th, which is like the Saturday after the WTMH award show. So the information is consistently posted on all of our social media. I would greatly appreciate it if you guys could step out, even participate, just be supportive. I would greatly appreciate that. But that's it. You guys be safe, be warm if you guys are going out tonight.
Remember, next week, the Mafia. This is a track, get money. Next week, we're dropping all new 5 tracks from you. With that being said, we love y'all. Thanks for tuning in. We play real underground music. This is Ohio branded music. You hear me? Let's go.
All right, guys. Well, thank you, everyone who liked, shared, and participated. I greatly appreciate it.
This motherfucker locked up on me, bro.
You know, like I said, just go for radio show.
They fought last night. After the time, they fought the players.
The picture guy. I don't like DW.
It was so funny. They're talking about going to prayer tonight. Who was? Look, Lee said he slapped him. They had the video, but the phone got shut down. There wasn't nobody there. Because DW was at Prime when I was in Prime. Lee gets on the line. Lee on the line. Listen, Lee is on the line spitting on his truck outside of Prime. Like, hey, yo, I'm telling you, I'm outside of Prime. He's like, ain't this his truck? He spit on his truck like he was Prime. Then he on the live, talking on the live, and he looked like, hell no, this nigga just backed up. So you can see them following each other on the live now, man. They get the players and right in the parking lot. I'm like,
bitch, I think I'm clean. Mama's in the chef and I was watching how she rocked it up. We was eating good till the ATM can't lock her up. I think you'll stay with my dad. Started selling up, I'm trying to come up on my bag. On my ass, put that fucking on my ass. I'm rocking this shit every day. I'm popping tags. I know
I didn't know that was the guess. They on do like Google and all that stuff. I'm still playing right here. I mean, I can catch up with it.
I was watching it. Listen, I was just reading both of their status. They both make
Let me see.
You're going to a clip. Just to take five.
This is the picture dude who I challenged you. Remember that picture guy I was talking about last week? He was on that. Yeah, he got on the fight.
He nominated.
Oh, are you serious?
He was nominated for like 2 awards. And he had. That was that night.
What they want to do is try to make the song show commercial. Where see, I can try brunch. That's where it's not that right. I said I'm gonna try it because I haven't tried it. So I do it for a season to see how it goes. Like keep it all the way deep, bro. If you do it, you'll get a lot more viewers. Like even from people like your age. You know what I'm saying? The songs we talking about is like maybe real. So like but a lot of people don't like their cousins. Like my little step on this shit. We was watching the Blacks, me and my dad. We was having a good time watching that shit.